Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It is Friday, time for Trucker Money number 57. If you're new here, once a week, usually Fridays, we take a break from trucking, talk about something else. And one of my favorite things to talk about in pastimes is finance, investing, just money in general. All trucking all the time can get you a little stressed out, right? So none of this is financial advice. This is just me sharing my personal journey in hopes to motivate and inspire you to, I don't know, do something for your future, take charge, and be responsible for your own future to the extent that you can. And I like to talk about, one of the things I like to talk about mostly is side income, passive income, ways to earn money other than trucking, which is a good idea. Multiple sources of income is a great idea for everybody. And there's no more of a time to realize that than right now, when probably your primary source of income is probably kind of taking a hit. Would have been great to start this 25 years ago? Absolutely. The next best time is to start now. So everybody can do something, and I would encourage you to at least look into it. So this is about the week of July 11th through the 15th of 2022. And what do I do? What happened? I usually talk about kind of what I did, any extra income I received. We make a little bit of side income off of YouTube, some products I promote. Check the links in the description below for just about anything you need for trucking that makes a difference. And we have some rental real estate, usually pays around the first of the month. But my favorite thing is this dividend income portfolio that I've created here. And it was a good one this week. This is a great week. The market kind of didn't do so well, but hey, I had a great week nonetheless. I didn't make any new purchases, just too much going on, too busy. There's no time to really do anything with this. But I looked at the account today, and we made some money. We got some payments, and we got some raises. We got some dividend increases. Not huge, but we'll take it, right? Duke Energy raised their dividend 2.03%. I love Duke Energy. Don't talk about it enough. Need to own more of it. But I love that company. Stag Industrial, they don't raise their dividend a lot typically, but 0.27%, so less than 1%. They're kind of my Amazon play. I kind of have a moral objection to Amazon, but Stag Industrial owns a lot of their properties. So it's kind of a backdoor into Amazon for me. And Clorox raised their dividend 1.72%. Not huge, but we'll take it. We'll take it in a time like this, right? Didn't really do anything other than just continue to hold the stock, so I like it. And then we got some payments. Ticker symbol O, Realty Income paid out. And then Stag Industrial paid as well as did that dividend increase. So happy about that. And then York Water Company, ticker symbol YORW. They also paid. Something interesting of note, Procter Gamble just announced their dividend. And I got to looking into it. I'm like, I like that company. Interestingly enough, I find out they have paid a dividend for 132 consecutive years. And they have raised it 66 consecutive years. I'm like, 132 years ago. What the heck was going on in this country 132 years ago? Oh, I don't know. Turns out Benjamin Harrison was president. Anybody ever think back to the time when Benjamin Harrison was president? Procter & Gamble was paying a dividend back then. Hasn't missed a year since. And 66 years ago, Dwight David Eisenhower was president. So that's within our recent history. But I kind of think back to 132 years ago and everything that this country and this world has been through in 132 years. And Procter & Gamble has just been a part of our lives, sitting there pumping out those consumer staples that we use in our everyday lives and rewarding shareholders for participating. So that's cool. I like that company. If there's a pullback here later this year, I'm going in big on that company. That's one of my staples that I just need more of. Now, the not so great news. The inflation numbers came out for the other day, and we're talking about, where did I write that down here? 9.1% on the producer price index and 11.8% 7% on the consumer price index. Of course, that's all a lie. They take out some of the most important things in your life, food and energy, because supposedly they're too volatile. And but hey, that volatility is real and it exists in your life. So the real number is actually way higher than that. And some people are saying that taking out durable goods, that the real inflation number for everyday items, staples in your life, people are speculating it's right around 32%. So, that's great news. Just remember, inflation has been called the cruelest tax of all. Inflation is a hidden tax. It's a tax on your life. Everything goes up, but your wages aren't keeping up, right? We're not keeping up to gas prices, to rent, to just about everything. So that's some bad news. Now, that kind of inflation will likely trigger at least a 75 basis point increase in interest rates. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 100 basis points, and then in September probably another 75 or 100 or more. There's talk that they're going nuclear on this and try to do a huge increase to rein it in, kind of like Paul Volcker did way back when interest rates finally peaked out at nearly 20%. What was that? Probably in the 80s sometime. I don't know the exact time on that. But yeah, that's not great news. Raising interest rates too far, too fast will stall out and flatline this economy. And it's only half the equation, really. There's the supply side and the demand side. On the demand side, you can quell that by raising interest rates. On the supply side, you got to stop handing out money like it's Christmas morning, and they're not going to do that. I don't think that they know what to do to get a handle on this. I don't have a lot of confidence, but what I do know, hey, they're going to do what they're going to do, and we have to learn to adapt and adjust. And what would I do? First thing I would do is if I had any variable rate debt, I'd be paying that down, refinancing it, or locking in that rate, because it's a given. It's about as good a guarantee as you can get that interest rates are going higher, and you don't want to be pinched in that. If you have a variable rate mortgage that it's tough for you right now, imagine if the interest rate goes up 3%. Can you afford to stay there? If you have large amounts of credit card debt, it goes on and on. But just know that any variable rates right now are bad because interest rates are on the rise and they're going to go higher. We were told they're going to go higher, so it's not speculation. It's just the news, right? Boy, it's banks on the lighter side, and in a rising interest rate environment and a high interest rate environment, banks tend to do well. So I might be sticking a little bit of money into banks. A lot of people say that they're part of the problem. They may be. What's that old phrase from Bugs Bunny? If you can't beat them, join them. I don't know. Everybody's got to make that decision for themselves, but they tend to do well in a higher interest rate environment. Just saying. If they raise these too fast, too far, they're going to stall out the economy. And if you think trucking is bad now, wait until we have a flattened demand. There's not going to be increases in freight volume. It'll go the other way. So the potential here is, and it's a snowball effect. It definitely is, but the potential is for some really bad things to happen. Will they? I have no crystal ball. You're gonna have to ask the people that make the rules, right? He who has the gold makes the rules. Unfortunately, they have no gold. If they had gold, our money wouldn't be inflating the way it is, right? If we were still on a gold standard. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I just wanted to bring that up and talk about it a little bit. So, hey, we're early in this, even though this inflation's been going on in a while. Unfortunately, I still feel like we're on the early end of it. So you got some time to act here, because I believe, based on what they've told us, not even speculation, just based on what they've told us, what is happening, what they are going to do, I believe it's going to run much higher. So prepare and do the best you can. Do the best you can. That'll be all for the day. Got to get back to work here. So we will see you all next week.